Okay then guys, so off we go. We are saying it's 312 miles to run. The time is now, it's just gone 2 o'clock. It's saying I'm going to get there at approximately, what are we looking at? Should be there around about 7:45 tonight. It's a hell of a run. The only trouble when you live down in South Devon, it looks lovely and it's gorgeous and it's great, but we do tend to be a million miles away from absolutely everything. To be honest, the weather, camera starts to slide, is absolutely horrible. It's teeming with rain, and I'm going to get caught in this rain all the way north throughout the day, I think, because this is like in here and it's all travelling north, so it's going to be pretty much of a run all the way up here. What I do is I'll stop off every now and again and have a chat with you guys as we make our way up. So this is it. This is the start. Long old run. Okay, sit rep. It is now coming up for 5:30. We've just got through Birmingham, which is pretty much, I don't know, south central England. Traffic absolutely horrendously. We were sat there for around about 15 minutes not moving, and then crawling along at about 5 miles an hour. So it's put an extra probably 3/4 of an hour on the journey. Because of that, I've elected to take a slightly different route, so this will be a bit more scenic for us as we whiz up through, well, Wales. Normally I sort of go round it and then in off the top, so we go up to sort of Manchester, Liverpool way and come across that way, across the top. This is the M54, so it's going to come off at sort of the mid Wales, and then we'll travel up through Wales to get to the top, purely because the motorways are absolutely gridlocked. There's just horrendous on there tonight, and as we're coming up for rush hour now, it's only going to get worse. So I'm thinking, what could go wrong? So apart from, well, actually now the sat nav is saying around about 8:30 we should get there, so it's going to put an extra sort of hour on the journey, but there's not a lot we can do about that. So anyway, hope you're enjoying the scenery.
We'll get real lost.
So good morning, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog, day 2. Long drive up, as you know. It's one of those things, you leave in terrible weather and then you think, right, we're in for this. But actually today, not that you can see too much out here, lovely old building, look, blue sky, absolutely beautiful. So yes, this is my room for last night. Very nice it was too. Very old, very spooky and everything. Right, so the plan now, breakfast. Got a little bit of a wait because actually it's only like 5 minutes down the road from where we are. So we're going to go up and see Ian. And obviously Ian is our main man who's arranged all of this. Thank you very much for doing all this, Ian. So we're going to go up to Ian's house after breakfast, and then around about 10:30 we'll make our way down to Valley and the fun can commence. So we'll catch you all later.
I'm Dave Williams. I'm the Media and Comms Officer at Valley for my sins. And I'm going to give you a quick run through what we do here and why we exist. Right, so what have we got at the moment then? We've got 3 main elements to us here, in no particular order. Mountain Rescue are here with the headquarters of the RAF Mountain Rescue Service. There are 3 teams, one at Valley, one at Lossiemouth and one at Leeming, and this is the headquarters as well as being a team, and they are really, really busy. Their main raison d'etre is to rescue downed aircrew, but fortunately we don't get much of that, but they still have to train for it. But they do an awful lot of aviation related rescue stuff. The most recent one being that helicopter that crashed in the side of one of the hills in Snowdonia. They were central to that, although they didn't get much in the way of publicity. Right, yeah, basically I think we covered that. Star Force, the old Stakami building, and the Moran building, which is complete. Quite a nice little aerial view of the valley. I'm not quite sure where the Spitfires are buried. I think they're probably buried there, but we can't get to them because it's an asbestos hazard. Alright, so just thought I'd put that up there. Spitfires. I don't really want to talk much about all this station community stuff. We do a lot. Bloody hell! Oh, good grief! Anybody?
E75.
What?
E75.
No, not on this planet.
No.
What did you do? What? E70? Ah, right. I do apologise. Yeah. Interesting. That will be the paper Panzer, next version, sort of King Toad. Yes, I built one of those. Oh, you got hints of like this. Right, gents. If you is out of a Hawk T1. It's the demo kit, so you feel free to grab it, have a good play with it, do whatever you want as I'm talking to you. The kit is service here now is the T2. We're getting together the kit to make a demo kit for the T2. It's very slight differences, not many. I will talk about them as we're going along. They're really minuscule. It's pretty much exactly the same kit. It's just modifications that have been made on the T1 kit that aren't introduced onto the T2 yet because it's newer. We have to go by like the original booklet basically that comes from Martin Baker because it's introduced to a new jet. As time goes on, I'm sure they will introduce the modifications onto the T2. It's just getting to that point, the cost, things like that. It costs a fortune to introduce the modification. Right, I'll start at the top and working my way down, explain about the kit, and then we'll talk about the ejection process. So the first thing at the top is the drogue withdrawal line. That's connected to the 22-inch drogue or pilot drogue. That's named because when it's fully inflated under pressure, it's the diameter of the actual drogue. Then we have a connecting strop, which is just a connecting strop, nothing special, to the main drogue or 5-foot drogue. Again, 5 foot because of its diameter. That then has a extender strap. The reason why it's not connected directly to the canopy withdrawal line, is because that bit actually sticks out of the head box, like so. And because of sun damage and things like that, they have added that because of the lifing of this is shorter longer than the extender strap. There was times where it would fade under the sun, because of the sun. So they introduced that before I was even here, just so it's cheaper and easier to replace than an entire drogue. And of course that is just the drogue withdrawal line, canopy withdrawal line, sorry, like I was saying a minute ago. Again, that's not connected, that's got a bolt inside this bit here, just like this one has. Again, easy to replace, saves you wasting an entire canopy just because of a bit of sun damage. The canopy itself is 24 foot, but it's brought in by these little things here at the bottom called tashing girts, down to 17 foot in diameter. The reason for them, again, is if you think of like the shape of a jellyfish in the water, it will go out and then it goes inwards at the bottom. So as the air is rushing up under the force, it prevents it from flapping outwards. So it keeps the shape, the structure of it. The canopy is made from man-made nylon. It has water pockets, big pockets in it, on alternate gores. The gore itself is, that's a gore, and then another one here. So like if you think of a beach ball, the separate bits on the beach ball, it comes out looking like that, similar. They're called gores. On the canopy itself, there are different colours. So we've got green, a yellow, and a white. They're used for camouflage. So if he lands in the Arctic, he can use this to hide himself. Jungle and desert. On the T2, there is an orange gore, and that is, like I say, factory. So that comes out with orange, so they can be seen and use that for SOS signs, various things like that, so they can get help if needed. They can also use this for shelter. So if the guys, once we've used one of these and it's US, unserviceable, sorry, we will give it to the ground school. They will take the guys here on what they call Hawkeye into Sodonia Range, and they will give them a canopy and various other bits and bobs from the survival packs that you see next door, and they'll just say, there you go, enjoy your night. And it's up to them to try and survive in it. They get hints and tips and stuff what to do, especially the newer guys, but they can use all of the kit for various different things for survival. We have on the canopy as well 2 netted gores on each side, on gores 4 and 17. That is to allow air to go through the canopy to encourage propulsion, and it's also for ease of steering to help them get out of danger if they need to. Again, they can use this for fishing nets or mosquito nets. You know, there's all sorts of various different things depending on where they are, what they can use it for. The canopy then is connected to the harness by these rigging lines. There's 20 rigging lines from the harness to the canopy, from the harness to the canopy. I don't know if you can see, there's 2 green ones in there. They are slightly different to the others. They're called vent control lines. So they don't go to the periphery of the canopy at the bottom. They go to the apex of the canopy, which isn't what you can see here. It's there you go. It's all the way in here, up here. So it actually has a hole at the apex of the top of the canopy to allow air to travel through it, because otherwise you get this motion in the air. It allows it to come down in a good, safe manner. As you can see there's the rest of the vent control lines, or anti-squeak lines as we call them. So what will happen is once it inflates with air, this will be pulled. The cord that we have holding the vent control lines will snap, and then that excess will allow the top of the canopy to fold outwards. So once it's packed like this, that kind of shape, and then it will pop out like that. It's quite incredible how it all works together. The harness itself, this is from a T1. The only differences between this and the T2 is the colour. The back pad on the T2 doesn't have a foam insert. This one has had it molded in for comfort. The quick release fitting, which is a separate piece of kit but forms part of the assembly, is also serviced here. This is a Mark 17, which is on T1. On the T2 we have a Mark 20, which is very similar. It does the exact same job. I'll give it to you guys and you can pass it down. You can have a look. I also have the Mark 17 here, which is cut open so you can see how it looks inside. So the purpose of the quick release fitting is the pilot would sit as I am now facing you, shoulders in here, head where I am, his legs pop out here. All he has to do once he is landed or landed in the sea is twist that, pop it in, and the legs pop out instantly and it frees in. So if he lands in the sea or anywhere and he's in a danger zone, he can quickly get escape from any kind of danger. The canopy as well across this area is breathable material. We go over to the pool in Holyhead, the swimming pool in the sports centre, and they get given a canopy and they will throw it in, spread it out, and then the pilots have to swim under it, push it up, breathe, and then pull themselves along to safely. So they can actually breathe through the material as well, so they don't drown if the canopy lands on them in the sea. Wouldn't be good. You know, saves their life and they think everything's great and they get drowned by their own canopy. Wouldn't be too good.
Yeah.
So all of the kit that you can see before you here fits into the head box, which is directly behind the pilot's head. That forms part of the ejection seat. I've got a head box here, so that's the head box. So everything you can see fits just into this. Now, from the rigging lines up to the bottom of the canopy fits into here. This bottom portion that sticks out. There's a rigging line tray inside this. I'll give it to you in a moment and you can pass it around and have a good look. The rigging lines are folded into like sausages really, and they're pulled through each one of those, so they pop out one at a time upon ejection. The main canopy is folded then in concertina fashion all the way up to where these bolts are that you can see here. Inside there where those bolts are, there's flaps like you can see at the top. We will put that in by hand, and then there's presses in the corner that we put them into under 360 pounds feet inches. And then once that's been under pressure for a minimum of 4.5 hours on the T2, 12 hours on the T1, we will close the flaps and then we will start folding the drogues, and then they go into just that section there. The 5 foot and the pilot drogue there, they will go into just that small section there, and again they will be put under the press. On the T1 it is a minimum of 3 hours, and on the T2 it's a minimum of 1.5 hours before we're allowed to take them out of the press and fold the flaps. So there you go, I'll give you that, you can have a look inside and you can pass it down. So it takes us approximately 1 week to service 2 parachute assemblies. We do the front and rear seat every time, always in a set. The QRFs, the quick release fittings, they are also, it takes us about 4 to 5 hours, give or take, to do a set of those as well. And it's only because of the amount of components inside. We check the lifing of everything. If anything needs replacing, we can repair certain things, especially around the canopy. Although we do have a repair schedule for the canopy. If there's a tear in it, there's limits and so on. But if there's any damage to the canopy, we don't take any risks, we just replace it straight away. Because of the nature of its job, saving somebody's life, we would just never put anybody at risk, so we just replace it straight away. The ejection process, really, does anyone want to have a guess how long it takes from the guy pulling the handle from him being fired out and all of this kit being released. Don't know how long it takes?
Half a second.
Half a second. Close. It is very fast. It's 2.65 seconds. So I'll give you that. You can have a look and you can pass it down if you like. So that would happen if the pilot is below 10,000 feet. All of the kit that you can see in front of you will be released below 10,000 feet. If one
RAF turret and the mighty turrets will entail. Any questions on the jet? Give us a shout. How long does this process take then to get arriving to years. Next time you see the sun, we'll be on the bed. What place is it? How long? More the politics of how it's really mounted. Keep in mind, the T1 was designed, well, it was flying in 74. It took 6 years design. So you probably make the sums easy. 4 years design, it's longer. It's 1970 the design, right? So we now 46 to answer it. Forward avionics. There, we have more. Call it hand frame. Again, avionics in there. Landing lamp.
Black box flight recorder, surely.
So NDT. You wouldn't it? Yeah, so you should pulse. If you would flag it. Yeah. Probably put it out.
Done,
yeah, that's it. It's over weathered, clearly. Yeah, is that Welsh?
Do you know what? I've never ever noticed that.
Is it out of polish?
Squeeze work on it, and they're just starting to pour. They're just getting on.
It's alright. Well, there we go. That is the RAF Valley trip. I am still currently 150 miles from home, so still got a few hours for me to get home now. It's just coming up for 8 o'clock. In a minute, if you're watching this, Thursday's vlog won't go up. There's a little thing and you can get the kit review. It's just that I will do that when I pop off at the services and do it like that. So I hope the camera's a bit wobbly. I don't know why it seems to be wobbling more today. But yeah, fantastic day. Great to see all the guys up there. There was 12 of us. Had a fantastic time. Massive thanks to Ian for sorting all this out and everything else. And a big thank you for David as well, which was our publicity liaison officer guy, for sorting out everything that he did. Amazing work by both of you to get it all sorted. We know how difficult and how much it went in. To be honest, it was like 2 years of planning for that trip, just trying to get everything to line up, and it is very, very notoriously difficult with these types of trips. And I know a few of you are straight away, it's like, oh, you know, have we got any more plans? It is that thing. It really is difficult to try and get them now because of obviously heightened security, health and safety. All those things play a massive role. But if you can't get us in anywhere, we'd love to go. And as you can see, I'm quite happy to travel. This is a nice 320-mile trip for me, and things like that. So, but if you can think of anywhere, any things you think that members might like to do, if you've got a contact or you know or you work with, then please let us know and we'd love to do it. But a big thank you to all the members. Fantastic day. Again, you know, I'll be editing and showing you the pictures that we can and things like that. Usual thing, you know, with BAE, you can't film in there and all those usual things. But hopefully, I know I got some great pictures. I know all the guys did because there was cameras absolutely everywhere and everything else like that. So a big thank you to everybody, but it's a special thank you really to Ian and to David for everything they did about making that work and guiding us round and everything. And also a big thank you to Bob. It's great to see Bob again down there with the Hawk T1s, working on those and bits and pieces. So but again, thank you very much. That's about it from me, because to be honest, I'm going to stop off in a minute, get something to eat and a coffee, and then I'll get home probably around about 10:30 tonight, and then I'll get everything sorted. So there we go. Happy modelling, guys. Take care. I'll catch you really, really soon. And yes, there we go. After our mammoth trip of 642 miles, well, it would be more like 645 by the time we get home. We are finally home. This is my exit coming up here. So that's it. We are done. Thank you very much for joining me today and seeing my travels and everything. So what I'm going to do is to be honest, go to sleep. So that's it. We're going to see you later, guys. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'll catch you all on tomorrow's vlog. Bye.